What is up, Hardcore Nation? It's Hardcore Christopher here, bringing to you another Raw recap, and let's get right into it. Raw kicks off with Brock and Paul, and we get an explanation that Brock has a no-cut contract and Brock can do whatever he wants. So Paul basically says that Brock is going to find Ray and beat him up. Well, after that, there's a break. Well, before the break happens, Brock walks backstage, see a poor old, well, not an old, but a poor crew worker who gets absolutely manhandled by Brock. Then during the commercial break, he gets to interrogating this one guy, and the guy points him to a car. Brock just forces open the car and pulls out the guy. It's not Ray, and that's what he's trying to say, that he's not Ray. So Brock just he kicks the door and it falls off its hinge. And so Brock then proceeds to come out onto the stage, and Jerry asks and Paul asks Jerry where Rey Mysterio is. If he doesn't tell him where Rey Mysterio is, then there's nobody going to be able to resuscitate him when he dies on the air again. Dio Madden steps up. Dio Madden gets F5'd through the announce table. We saw Natty and Charlotte taking on the Kabuki Warriors. And Natty and Charlotte win. Ray made a challenge to Brock at Survivor Series because Ray, after Brock put Dio Madden through the announce table, Brock came in. Brock was standing on the stage. Ray came out with a bat or a pipe or whatever and started to attack the knees of Brock. And Brock sold it like death. And Ray finished his assault with the WWE Championship belt. Then afterwards, we see a passionate promo where Ray basically says that he wants the WWE title simply because he went after Dominic. Brock did accept the challenge. So, Triple H and NXT are in the building. We see a sit-down interview with Becky. She says a couple of things. Shayna interrupts, and they have a face-off. A few good words. Then we go to Then we saw a Seth Rollins promo where I can't stand a babyface Seth Rollins no more. I am sorry, it is stale. They need to turn Rollins heel. But basically, Rollins asks what's next for him. He says he doesn't know. And then Triple H comes out. And Triple H basically says that you're NXT or you're not NXT. You're with me or you're against me. Then the Undisputed Era come out and they are just leaning on the rope. So basically, I'm thinking, if Seth says no, he's probably going to get eviscerated by the Undisputed Era. But,
I'm gonna rip this place apart. I got 36 hours to take you to Puerto Rico right in this day.
but Rollins doesn't say yes, he doesn't say no, because he didn't have any time to, because the OC come out, and they they start brawling with the OC. They start brawling with the Undisputed Era. Well, wait, no. The Undisputed Era retreats, and then a whole bunch of NXT guys just run down, attack the OC, and Rollins is there, standing in the ring, all by his lonesome. He walks back to the back. Rollins meets Triple H, who is on the phone. Seth says, you know what? Daniel Bryan may have not been able to get the job done on SmackDown, but I am not Daniel Bryan. I am better than Daniel Bryan. I am Seth freaking Rollins. So give me Adam Cole for the NXT Championship match tonight. He says, welcome back. Your challenge is accepted. Let's go to that match since I'm already talking about it. And I will be honest, I skipped through this match because I already knew that Adam Cole was going to win somehow. Rollins won by DQ. That means Adam Cole may have lost, but he still keeps the title. Why make NXT Championship matches on the main roster if you are, when everyone knows that there is no way that they are going to take the title off of Adam Cole? After the match, we have a giant brawl between Raw and NXT, and where was SmackDown in this entire thing? This is the one time that I think SmackDown should have been allowed on Raw, even though there is no more wild card rule. I think it would have been great to see a SmackDown, Raw, and NXT brawl. Maybe SmackDown and Raw align forces to make NXT retreat, and then maybe SmackDown and Raw start brawling after their common enemy is gone. Then we see that's how the show ended. So, what else am I missing? Oh, Raw Tag Team Champions, Viking Raiders versus Team Polo, and Viking Raiders win. We saw a 6-man tag between the Street Profits and Humberto Carrillo versus the OC. AJ says that he doesn't have time, he's not in a good mood, and says that Gallows and Anderson are the best tag team in the world, and there are their trophies. It would be a lot more impactful for him to say that if Gallows and Anderson didn't always lose on television. Then the Street Profits come out with Humberto Carrillo, and Humberto says some things in Espanol, basically saying what he said in English like 2 to 3 times. and that was the Street Profits beat the OC on Raw. And AJ goes, "What? What in the hell did he just say? What did he just say?" And the and um I think the OC won that match. Wait. Yeah, the OC won that match. We also saw Rusev versus. Rusev came out to issue a challenge to Bobby Lashley. Rusev said that if you want Lana, you can have her, but you're mine. Bobby and Lana come out. Bobby's on crutches. Bobby says that he tore his groin doing intimate things to Lana that Rusev could only dream about. Then Rusev. So there's a replacement. Drew McIntyre. So we have Rusev and Drew McIntyre, and Rusev won by DQ after an RKO by Randy. Oh, and by the way, the whole groin thing was a complete sham. It's a double team assault on Rusev, and Ricochet comes in and makes the save. Give me your hand. What? Just give it to me. What are you doing? Giving you your own reminder tattoo. Just Flint? That's not. See you now, that's Flint. Well, I feel like there's something I'm missing. Oh, we had a mixed tag team match between Sin Cara, Catalina or Carolina or whatever her name is, versus Zelina Vega and Andrade. Now, for the first time, this is my first time seeing both Zelina and Catalina in action. And I mean, Zelina can do some great stuff, but you can tell that Catalina is still green. And Zelina and Andrade win. So, on a scale from 1 to 5, what would I rate Raw? I'd say a 7 or an 8 personally. The show started off strong, ended strong. I just wish they turned Seth heel, that's all. I'm Hardcore Christopher. Keep it hardcore, everyone.